What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the super late Mystery Knife Collection giveaway live event. I have 10 knives to give away tonight. Pretty typical live stream, outside of the fact that it's super late on a Sunday. Why? I'll explain. I decided at the last minute to accompany my wife to a wedding in Colorado Springs that she was going to attend on her own. The reason was because there was supposed to be bad weather coming back, and she didn't want to drive by herself, and I said, that's fair. What was supposed to just be bad weather turned into a literal blizzard, and we drove through it. It was pretty crazy, but we did get back. But this was waking up at 4:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, driving to Colorado Springs, attending the wedding and some events throughout the day, and then getting up the next morning and driving back in time for the Chiefs game, which is the reason why the live stream could not be Saturday, because I had a good time on Saturday night. I was in no condition to do a live stream. So we moved it to Sunday, but I wasn't going to miss the Ravens and Bills game. So now we're super duper late. So I'm sorry about that, but that's what happened. We also had wrestling. We had a wrestling tournament this weekend as well. Today, this morning. So wild weekend. I wasn't sure who I wanted to face off against between the Bills and the Ravens. They both look pretty scary. I guess I kind of flip-flopped. At first I think I'd rather play Josh Allen, and then I thought, no, maybe I'd rather play Lamar. Ravens almost had him, but man, they just could not hang on to anything. I feel bad because my wife and I both really like Lamar Jackson, and we like Josh Allen, and we are super intimidated by their teams. So it was heartbreaking to watch them not get that 2-point conversion. I was in here setting up and watching the end of the game on the iPad. I cannot believe that I thought no one's going to watch my live stream because they're going to go into overtime. They're going to get this 2-point conversion. They're going to go into overtime. There's going to be like 40 people in my live. But that broke my heart to see the Ravens go out like that, you know. But what are you going to do? What helmet comes at 3 years? I believe it's the Silent Night helm. And then the Eterna helm is 4. I did not get a full track because I spent a lot of money on something else. You hate the Ravens? I don't think I hate any team. I hate a lot of the... I don't know. I kind of hate the Raiders. Ever since they danced on our... Like, they showed up, and they, like, danced on the Chiefs logo in the middle of the stadium. And then we proceeded to give them 12 out of 12 inches. We took them right to Pound Town. Just gave them the iron to the face, smoothed them out flat, and said, you boys clean up and get out of here. That was so... I was like, what are they doing? Who do they think they are? Dust yourselves off and get on out of here. So I kind of don't like them. I don't know. But I don't hate any. I wouldn't say I hate any NFL teams. I'm going to put my whole heart into rooting for the Chiefs, but there's a good chance we don't make it. Here's the thing. I just want it to be a good game. And that's what everybody says. I just want it to be a good game. I don't want, one team to show up. Like, I don't want the Bills to show up and, like, overperform against an underperforming Kansas City Chiefs team. I think if we're both overperforming, it's still hard to say who's going to win, Like, it's just going to come down to the crazy stuff, And if the Chiefs win, everybody's going to say it's rigged and, like, all the toothpaste guzzlers are going to say rigged, you know, whatever. I don't really care about that. But if the Bills win, I just hope we give them, you know, I hope we give them hell. I don't want to lose by 2 touchdowns and a freaking field goal, you know. Chiefs by 3. Okay. Can't stand the Cowboys. I'll tell you what, it's not so much the Cowboys team. I would say it's the Cowboys fans. Sometimes it's like they have some outrageous preseason claims. Sometimes it's like, all right, well, you're wearing jorts. So how about you? You're wearing long jean shorts. You're wearing those jean shorts that they're not even cargo pants. They're just long jean shorts with regular pockets that go past the knee. It's really hard for me to take Cowboys fans seriously. That's the only attire that Cowboys fans wear. They took their jersey, their favorite player's jersey, into their long jorts. They don't wear belts, and they wear socks and sandals, and they say the Cowboys are going to win it all this year. I'm just playing. Don't get mad at me. Come on. Don't get mad at me. I'm just playing around. Meanwhile, Kansas City fans, we have a hard enough time not dying of a heart attack from all the barbecue that we consume. We don't drink water here. We drink barbecue sauce. So there, I'll give you one for us. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you know you got at least one pair of long jorts, and they're hot. They're big acid wash, like they're the super light denim. Sever7, thanks for your donation. Other than materials, what separates the Wii Acuminal from the CKF Secocia and the Hog House Model T Gen 2 to justify their respective price bid? Well, the Hog House Model T Gen 2 is far and away the probably the best. Well, I don't know if I'd say the best. The problem is they're all overpriced. The Wii is overpriced because it's just like it's cool that they use Vanax and it's a really nice model, but they have comparable models in their line that cost $300. So I don't know why that thing is so expensive. Just because, I guess, right? Their own line contradicts their pricing sometimes. CKF, everything that CKF makes is probably at least $200 over what it should be because the parts are all cut in China, and then they do some finish work and things like that in Czechoslovakia, or where they're not in Russia anymore. And then the Hog House Model T, that's a mid-tech, and that's everything's being made in-house. I would say that's the closest to being priced correctly versus its competition, despite it being the most expensive. It costs the most to make between everything, like, if generally speaking. They might be slightly high, but, it's not just materials. It comes down to cost of manufacturing. What does it cost them to create each individual unit? The Hog House Model T, the Hog House is in Northern Europe. Is it Latvia? Where is Hog House? Their costs are very high. Oh, you don't like American football? That's okay. Soccer can be really interesting. It's just like American sports. Like, it can go a long time and nothing happens, or something amazing can happen. Audio is in and out. Is anybody else having the audio cut in and out? Finland, thank you. Sorry about that. Maybe Latvia, maybe that was Rob Johnson's. Sorry about that. No? Okay. Yeah, it's your that'd be a you problem there, guy. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but yeah, whatever it is on your end. You wish the coin knife wasn't $400. That's one of those things where it's just inevitably going to be something that people complain about. But this is also a mid-tech. These are made in very small batches, and I understand that the number of people who are going to be willing to pay $400 for this is very low. This is a collector item. This is a love note from Serge Penchenko to Serge Penchenko fans, and it's not this big, markup for nothing. These are all being made in-house, 99%, incredibly small batch, you know, maybe not exactly one at a time, but very, very few, right? It's all being done there. The costs on this are substantially higher than something like Kershaw making a launch whatever in the USA. It is not the same thing at all. Now, the end result is that far fewer people want them, but they make far less, right? It comes down to cost and target audience, target buying audience, right? It's super cool. Most people aren't going to want them. It is ridiculously powerful for such a small object. I think it has to do with just not expecting it to fire so hard, and I don't have a super secure grip on it. So it fires and you're like, whoa. So just be, also, you really have to, there's not a good spot to attack it when it comes to putting the blade back in there. Power is absolutely relative. It comes down to the feel of it, for sure. Like this guy, this is 100%, both in terms of feel and the actual force that's throwing the blade. This is far and away the strongest automatic that I own. Nothing even comes close. This is a ridiculous object. It is unreal. But that's a custom. The leaf spring in that thing is huge, and it's throwing a 1/4-inch blade. Like a lot of you have launch series knives, like the launch 16, that thing fires pretty hard. This fires at least 2.5 times harder than the launch 16. You want me to open it again? This is a handmade auto. 1/4-inch from Burn Knives. It's an 11-inch. I love swing guard automatics. I am absolutely fascinated. I've been fascinated with those since I was a little kid. I will definitely own more. Almost 2 years, Homer. Thanks for being here. Man, we're closing in on 800 people in the live stream right now. You guys are amazing. It's Sunday night. What are you doing? So I have to work tomorrow. Everybody I know has to work tomorrow, but of course, it's in service, so the kids have the day off. So they're out there watching Dragon Ball Z right now, just having a late night. Thoughts on the MBK Sabertooth? I haven't actually seen it. Monterey Bay Knives, I'll have to check that one out. Thanks for your donation. Excuse me. What's my normal workday? Ideally, I get up and go to the gym at 5 in the morning. That usually doesn't happen. So usually, I get up, get the kids ready. I'm usually up at 6:30. I get the kids ready, get them to school, and then I go to the gym right at 8 o'clock. And I'm in the gym. Ideally, I'm out of the gym by 9:15, and I am home working by 9:30. Because I have to pick my kids up, my day is slightly interrupted around 3 o'clock, and then I come back and try to finish things off. So I would say I probably do 6 real hours of work. I mean, like, who does 8 real hours of work? Most people don't. I probably do 6 real hours of work from Monday through Friday. But my days are chopped up with so many other things, kids and sports and just stuff, you know. There's always stuff to do. How many knives do I own? 340 to 345. I forget the exact count. Something like that. It is very, very likely that in the future I will do a small purge of my own personal collection. I've not done that before. But I own, like, not my super customs. Those are cute. But I probably have 40 or 50 knives that I definitely don't really want to keep. So it's possible that I will purge those in the future. I'm getting to the point where the collection's just getting insane. For me, I'm not coming down on anybody who owns. There are people in here who own 500 plus. I'm not coming down on you. I'm just, you know, I feel like I don't need to own that many. What overbuilt knife do you think is better built than the Midgard's Messer / PMP Big Boss? Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by overbuilt. Thanks for your donation, Jason. If you mean by like just like build quality, like some of the nicest overbuilt knives I've ever handled, probably the Riot T1000 is absolutely insane, and so is the Maxace Hephaestus. Now they're not quite as thick, but their build quality is hyper impressive. The Riot T1000 is just insane. You have 1,500 knives and you're selling them all to buy an Impala? I mean, like, it's not a bad exchange of value. The Impala might hold its value better. It doesn't really matter about it. All it matters is that you're enjoying what you have. If you get to a point where you're not enjoying the stuff that you have, then sure, you know, yeah, like switch it out for something that you love. If you can take the time to sell all those. My issue is the headache with selling things, you know. You have to oversee each individual transaction. He's doing a mini arch nemesis. That's really cool. I did not know that. Thank you very much for that donation. Knife Nut 69. Not even half of what Stacy has. I didn't realize Stacy had that many knives. Selling is, you have to really have a system. And you have to be willing to accept if somebody like, I always tell people like, hey, the sale is final when you have it and you're happy with it, you know, but you got to do the seller protection stuff. But my thing is, I pay for shipping. The transaction is complete when you get it and you're happy with it. When you get it and you feel like you got what you paid for and you confirm that, then the transaction is complete. You can have your own rules, but those are my rules. Blade Shooter G, thanks for your donation. I posted about the 14-year-old making knives. People are saying they're production knives. Posted priorities in your videos. They weren't convinced. I guess, you know, the truth is, here's the thing. I got to be careful with this. The truth is I was sent these custom knives, and the story went that this kid makes them himself. And I said, that's really, really cool. And if you guys remember me unboxing the, sorry, my dogs are in the garage because it's super cold. They have a heat lamp out in the garage. It's just too cold for them to be outside. And they get pissed at each other out there, you know, just because they don't have anything else to do. So they're barking at each other. Sorry about that. But one of them seemed impossibly perfect. The dagger had elements that were indicative of a handmade knife. But the truth is I've never seen him make anything. I don't know the entire backstory. I want to believe that it is 100% true. But one of the fixed blades was impossibly perfect, and I noted that. So I'm going to say, let's pause, and if we can get some, you know, just as the same thing that we hold any other maker to, I want to know all of the details. I want to, you know for sure that that's actually the case, that they're, you know, being handmade. But I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, or certainly don't want to take any of, if he really is making these, I don't want to steal his thunder or anything like that, but it's important, you know, that people are given the correct information. If the kid's willing to upload a video of him making them, then there you go. That's what it'll come down to. And you know, like maybe it's he does certain parts of it, and his older brother helps him, or one of his family members. That's fine. There's plenty of family, you know, businesses or whatever. But if you're going to claim custom, if you're going to claim that you make them, you got to be able to show it. Yeah, sure. They start posting videos and he's making them, then there you go. You know? Any hints on the next phase of Excalibur? Sure, yeah. We are definitely moving forward with sandwich construction, and I confirmed with Sergio that we have a target price of $250. And let me be very clear, because we will have some people in the community or on the fringe of the community who are assuming that I have suddenly marked down my standard Excalibur. We will see this because the side profile of the knife will look identical outside of the existence of handle screws. So I'll ask you guys, when you see someone go, "Oh, no, obviously Excalibur's not selling well, he marked it down, it's only $250 now," we're going to see that. You're going to have to say, no, this is a sandwich construction model and not an integral. We're also changing the blade steel to help get that price down. We're changing it to LMAX for the sandwich construction. That also makes the original Excalibur still special. Some people can't afford or just don't care about the integral version, so we're doing a sandwich construction just like I said. But I just know that that's coming. People are going to assume that I suddenly marked it down or whatever. It's just, you're going to have people who just don't take the time to look into it. But it'll be the same knife, 2 pieces of contour textured titanium, ideally the same finishes and all of that. The one big change is that I plan to alter the pocket clip. I'm not... I needed time with my own clip design to really decide for myself. And I also wanted feedback from the community and other reviewers, which is why I sent it around to a few people to give their thoughts before I released it. And the most consistent feedback I got was the clip is pinchy. I had a guy tell me that he bent it a little bit and it was okay. Rob's Nerdy Knives shaved the corners down and he said it was much better. The clip is anywhere from extremely annoying to manageable depending on the person. But I'm not super happy with the clip. I do want to alter it and make it better. So the sandwich construction version of Excalibur will likely have a slightly different clip and clip length. I'm thinking of kind of throwing my hands up and saying, all right, you guys are right, a short clip is probably just not the way to go, and making it a little bit longer. But that's the next one planned. When it's time to do a pre-order, I'll let you know, but I need one in hand so I can show it. Different clips are already available. Excalibur comes with a wire clip that works, but any clip, like Kunwu makes tons of clips that fit that, like they're modular. So anytime a different clip is available on the Kunwu site, you can pick it up. But I don't want people to, because that makes it look like we intentionally designed a bad clip so people would buy clips, which is definitely not true. But we definitely wanted the clips to be modular so people could switch them out, because we know that no matter what clip we design, some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it. So we say, okay, here's a bunch of different clips, just pick the one that works for you, you know? So, but yeah, like, the criticism is fair. The clip isn't great. It's definitely not great. So it should be addressed. And I expect to change many things about Excalibur over time. Brian Green, thanks for your donation. Maybe strange to ask, my newfound passion of knife collecting, I'm in love with a fat carbon. Please do a video helping me buying decisions. That'd be kind of, it's a really specific topic, but I think maybe the live chat could give you some suggestions. But fat carbon is a really, really cool material, and the nice thing is it's abundant. We see it a lot. I know that that's not a perfect answer. I'm sorry. Cole Porter, thanks for your donation. Love my Kershaw launches, but I just bought a Protect TR3 and Oligarch, and wow, they're incredible. They really are. Yeah. There will be more of, we're not going to, stop making any type of Excalibur. We're going to, if you missed it, you might have to wait a little bit, but it'll be there. We'll keep doing it. It's just, there's a maximum production capacity. We are in no way limiting production intentionally. We will make as many as we possibly can. But I want to serve the different budgets. I want to eventually legitimately do a budget Excalibur, or get it as close as I can to budget territory. I want to do that because I know some people are like, that's cool, you got a $250 version. That's still an expensive knife to most people. So we want to make an even less expensive version, and a short one, and eventually a long one, and maybe a fatty version that's overbuilt. And we want to do the Giga Chat version that's like hyper exotic crazy stuff, and everything in between. We want to do that. I know many of you will buy a version of each, and I think that's fine too. I want to give people, obviously because it's beneficial for me, but it's also beneficial for the people who want to pick the knife up and just have limitations with their budget. I want to make as many different versions as I can so you guys can get what you want. Something that I really love about the Hinder XM18 is that Rick Hinder went out of his way. Say what you will about Rick Hinder, right? There's plenty of reasons to not like Hinder knives, and a lot of what people don't like is very fair. What I like about Hinder is that he makes so many different versions of the XM18. So many. And he makes the parts modular. This is genius. And it works. It is such a good idea. It allows people to get as close as they possibly can to their ideal version of that knife. He recognized that it was popular and he said, okay, instead of just making one version, let's make a lot of, because people gave him a ton of feedback. I love the whole idea of the XM18. Rainbow Excalibur. That rainbow PVD coating is real tempting if we could figure out how to do that. New ProTech and Vero collab? That's awesome. I gotta go. If you want a US made Vero, there's your opportunity for that. New ProTech and Vero collab. I gotta go to a Blade Show at some point. They're just always so far from me, expensive, and I'd hate to go alone. Yeah. Thanks for your donation. How funny was it? TikTok was banned for what? Less than 24 hours? I imagine it's just an isn't it just an extension? It's like a 90-day extension for whatever. I watched Penguin Z0's take on that, and I kind of agree with his take. His words were, it doesn't have anything to do with like concerns for national security. Google and Meta, and they if you didn't know, they sell your information to China. They already do that. Your information's being sold to China either way. The difference with TikTok is that we don't have our hand in the honeypot. It goes right to China without us making any money off of it. So they did a big song and dance about it being like a big risk, and the data, all of our private information's being sent over there, and so that appealed to a lot of American people. That was their strategy. They don't care about that. It's money. It's money! That's what it comes down to. So yeah, they want some of that honey. Your info's going to China either way. I don't like it. I'm not saying I'm okay with it. Just, realistically, that's what's happening. Yeah. Pushed by Google and Meta, they were losing ad dollars. 100%. Not a conspiracy. That's just like right in front of your face. Absolutely. I do still have the Good Screw bit driver. I was playing with it right before the live stream. I love this. So nice. Look at these huge chunks of Timascus. I love this thing. Still just going strong, man. This is so cool. The Good Screw bit drivers are so cool. Solomon Sasson, thanks for your donation. I love you, MC. Your videos entertain me all day. In Inkosi versus Hinder XM18, what are your thoughts? So I prefer the XM18, number one, for the tri-way pivot system. I just think that's cool. So if you want the action, you can have it. If you want the the benefits of the phosphor bronze, or if you're for some reason you just love nylon, great. Modularity is cool. Customization is super cool. Availability, all of that stuff is better. However, The Inkosi is an incredible tool, and while it doesn't have all of the flash and the pomp and the frill of the XM18, if you reduce it to value of materials, technically the Inkosi is going to be better being full titanium versus the XM18 being a piece of G10 and a titanium liner with a titanium lock side. So it does largely come down to preference. I do think that in terms of like overall performance and longevity of the tool, the Inkosi will probably in a lot of ways serve the user better. But the hinder is it serves the end buyer so much better. And it's still a good tool, right? So owners of each, I own Chris Reeve knives and I own a ton of Hinderer knives. My preferences are largely with Hinderer, but I am less of a user and more of a collector. So I think it depends on who you are and what you want from your knife. I will tell you that I will probably, as Facebook and Instagram inevitably become worse. I mean, if you didn't know, Meta is very open about their intentions to flood those platforms with AI, including like a massive surge of like artificially generated accounts and AI interactions like that. That's their plan, and they see that as a good thing. That will, in my opinion, make those platforms unbearable for somebody like me. I plan to probably pull out of Instagram when it starts to get bad. But I also think that will happen to every platform, so that's kind of a bummer. Yeah, not good. Facebook is, man, I'm only there just to interact with my family and friends. Facebook is a joke of a platform. I sharpen my knives, but like I want to be clear, like I'm not like doing this all the time. I might get that KMA out twice a year. And it's basically just to touch up an edge that needs a little more than stropping. So I don't do that very much. Anybody who owns a ton of knives and uses their knives casually isn't going to be doing that. But yeah, I use a KME and I think it does a good job. I think it's very, like somebody like me who's a novice sharpener, like I can easily put an edge on a knife and be happy with it. Thoughts on the Concept Vivid? Why does that sound so familiar? Did I just unbox that? Is that the one with like the near mirror DLC? I think I have it. It was very impressive if I'm thinking of the right knife. Pretty cool. Hoping they don't charge a crazy amount of money for it. Is this item still available? What item? Do I like the Quinceris? I think it's cool. It's got some weird design quirks because the studs that are like the external stops that are on a slope, and I can't prove that's really a functional issue. It just makes me worried because it doesn't have housing. It's a little blocky. It's a little thick. It's a very impressive looking knife, and it's very similar in terms of proportions to the Shirogorov Quantum. It is ridiculously overpriced. I don't know what they were smoking when they priced that thing. It's hilariously overpriced. What's the smallest folder that you do /would/did EDC? The Civivi Baby Banter. What do you feel about LMAX? I think LMAX is an amazing steel. That's why we chose it for the sandwich construction Excalibur. LMAX is an incredible steel. You're looking at like the perfect balance between S35VN and M390. It's got pretty good toughness. It's got great edge retention and great toughness. I prefer LMAX to M390 just with my limited experience. And it's such a great user steel, and it's so often overlooked. But I feel like LMAX was the best steel that we could put in that sort of midway Excalibur. Ugh. Jason, what do you think about an open design website that allows patrons to give ideas, critiques, and own stock and new knife models that are voted into production. It's kind of a cool idea. I mean, like, my community interactions are essentially that. So, like, you could put it in another place, and it like, if somebody was willing to, like, dedicate their thing to that, it'd be fine. It would be hard for me to create that and then manage it alongside, like, kind of what I already do here. But I think it might be a good idea for somebody else. Own stock and new knife models that are voted into production. That would not be that last part of that would not be my area of expertise. So I think maybe, I don't know, maybe that has potential. Did you ever carry a Spyderco Bug as a challenge for a week? I actually did. That was my old keychain knife. Actually, it's right here. Yeah, this got used a lot. Or maybe this is the man bug. I can't remember. It was I think this was a K390 bug. But this was on my keychain forever. And honestly, I took it off for a video and then just never put it back on. I should probably just put this back. I should just resharpen this and put it back on. Because I use this all the time. I don't want to put it in my pocket, but on my keys, where I can't lose it unless I lose my keys, a way better idea. What do I use for sharpening? I use a KME. There are 1,200 people in here. You guys are amazing. It's Sunday night. The worst knife I ever carried, I know the Opinel, like a lot of people like it, but I really hate carrying the Opinel. Mainly it's because of, like, it's just like this cylindrical thing, and it doesn't have a pocket clip, and it's so slow, and the type of person I am, the Opinel is not for me. I recognize that it's inexpensive and it's a decent tool, but I just don't like it. Do you know a good inventory app? Joe Hawkins, I appreciate your donation. I guess I don't completely understand what it is you're looking for there. Yeah. Do you know a good inventory app? Inventory. I don't know. Assuming that you mean an application that keeps track of major knife retailers' inventories. If so, and I'm almost certain I'm misunderstanding you, but if so, I do not. But I do appreciate your donation. Excel? People are saying Excel. Okay. So it's kind of what I assumed is that the answer was a lot more obvious than I was making it. I don't know. So there you go, Excel. How do I like the 0044? Guys, where is it? So I carried this all weekend. This is really cool. I like this knife. It didn't do anything special, but it does work. Like, it's so much better than what they've been releasing, and it's cool. And it's actually a really crispy button lock. It feels better than the vast majority of button locks out there. And it did survive my little spine whack. Like, I did a couple of, decent taps on the back there. It survived it just fine. The lockup is solid. It's super satisfying. The look is cool. The size is cool. It's S45VN. I think ZT has a legit, like, 2 legitimately winning models here with these recent releases. I think these are cool. I think they're trying to make, somebody said it was kind of a split trend, trying to make old school ZT knife fans happy and some of the newer people happy. And that's probably right. But I thought these were solid releases. Not amazing, but solid releases. I own hundreds of knives and need a way to keep track. Okay, Joe. Okay, I understand you now. Yes. Then the people saying Excel are correct. It's my Friday, all for more Sundays. Okay, yeah, listen. The benefit to doing these live streams on different days is that I get different audiences, and some of you guys who cannot attend normally can now attend. What watch am I wearing tonight? I'm wearing the Night Vision Sumo, which I really like. Man, it doesn't go with everything, but it's such a cool watch. It's not great day to day. I feel like this one seems to be about 8 seconds fast per day, which is not incredible, but it's fine, but the look of it is awesome. The black PVD. It's an expensive watch. I paid $1,150 for it, but a lot of them are going for $1,250. They retail for $1,250. So I would say get it. If you can pick one up and it's maybe a little over $1,000, then you're probably doing pretty good. Yeah. You say, good Lord, $1,150. It's far from my most expensive watch. That's not a... I'm not trying to sound cool. That's just factually true. Solomon Sasson, thanks for your donation. I'm new to knives, to the knife world, and I want to spend 500 max on a one and done premium knife. So, I pray that you accomplish that. But the truth behind that statement is that once you do it, you have crossed the event horizon. The seed is planted, and you are most likely going to be a premium knife buyer for a very long time. But if you're going to do it, you should probably be looking, my opinion is, you should be looking into US high-end production or mid-tech. Definitely Hinder knives, definitely Demco knives, definitely Chris Reeve knives. But they're very, very different, and you should be watching lots and lots of videos on these things. But, you know, many people will claim that the best tool ever created at that price point is going to come from Chris Reeve. There are also plenty of reasons to pick up the Hinder. The Demco is probably going to be the most durable, but it's not necessarily, none of them are a perfect choice, but you need to be looking for the best choice for you. But that, yeah, that's where I would look at that price point. I also said that. I said, I just want to buy one Hinderer, and then I'll be done. Just one XM18 and I'll be done. And then I proceeded to buy 37 Hinderer knives and an additional, I don't know how many more. I mean, it's a slippery slope, you know? You buy one nice thing and you experience it and you go, holy crap, these really are different. You get itchy. The itch is real. The itch is fierce. But hey, listen. At the same time, understand that the people here are they're not making fun of you. It's all out of love and out of nostalgia for being where you are. We remember it. So if you manage to do it and you're happy, that's all that matters. If you get that thing and you're happy, fine. But if you go, you know what? I like this thing so much, I kind of want more. That's also okay. There aren't any wrong choices, as long as you're happy. $500 is a lot to anybody. Even people who can throw $500 knives into or $500 into a furnace and not get $500 is a lot of money, period. $100 is a lot of money. It is. I mean, if you you look at pocket knives and the average person, like a $50 knife, the average person, $50 for a knife, you're like, whoa, that's kind of getting up there, you know? Like we forget where we are. You know, we forget, we look at, $50 for a knife, like that's nothing, you know, but the reality is to most people, $50 is still, that's a high price, that's a nice pocket knife, you know? You got your first Herman last week? Nice. I hope you like it. Yeah, 50. I remember going to Walmart and I was like, man, some of these knives are $50. Like they must be special. I remember looking at the Gerber Fast. Remember that? The Gerber 06, that man is so tactical and cool looking. I was like, that thing, back when I first saw it was $60, and I was like, whoa, what's going on there? That thing looks intense, and it's $60. I remember the decision I made was not to buy that and to buy my Kershaw Blur. So the Kershaw Blur was technically the knife that started all of this. And I think I picked that Blur up for 50, may have been 55. But I picked that Blur up and I was like, this is the nicest knife I've ever handled. And it is a good knife. It's still a great knife. The Kershaw Blur is awesome. It's assisted, which makes some people cringe, but it's a great knife. Started at $50, now I own a Deadlock. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah, it's so real. I still, every time I'm at Walmart, I still go back there and I look, even though there's nothing in there that I want. I just do because I like that feeling of being awed by knives that I didn't know anything about. I was like, these are knives, and there's some of these are $15 and some of them are $60. And I was just so amazed by that, you know? Yeah, I think that's really what happens. Like if you get past 200 or 300, 999 people out of 1,000 are truly screwed. Like if you're there 2 to 300, you're screwed sooner or later, man. It's just budget correctly. That's why I try to preach that to people, because there's no use in saying like just stop. Like you're not gonna stop. Just budget correctly. Get everything else paid for. Get your bills paid for. Get the necessities paid for. Put some money in the bank. Make sure you're saving and investing properly. And then if you've got some extra to throw around, yeah, knock yourself out. Make yourself happy. Treat yourself. The Tiny Toon Adventures theme is not doing much for the authenticity of what I'm saying here. But I do mean it. I do mean that, you know. And the irony is that you come to my channel and everything that I'm showing, everything I'm doing is making you itchier. But I mean that when I say you don't need to, you know, you just make the right choices. Your investing is expensive knives. That's what I tell my wife, and she hates that. She's like, you're such an idiot. You're the most break-headed. That's the worst way. But that's how I prefer to look at it. That's how I make myself feel safe and warm at night. I'm like, I'm investing. Solomon Sasson, thanks for your donation. The thing is, I can't find a good Timascus aesthetically pleasing knife for under 500. Well, it's hard because Timascus, even like if you're looking at like knives with Timascus inlays, depending on the size of the inlay, they can easily be under 500. But if you're looking for like a solid Timascus knife, your best bet's to look at something from China. And even then, it's pretty rare. Like there was an Artisan Cutlery is probably the company to look at if you're looking for full Timascus at the lowest price possible. They just had oh God, I just gave it away for a Patreon giveaway. I think it was $600, and it was the Crusoe. The Artisan Cutlery S90V and Timascus Crusoe is about $600. And that was about as inexpensive as I had seen it for like a full-size, full Timascus knife that had a good steel. It was S90V, you know. Who's spamming? Timascus is overhyped. Timascus is a preference. The people who love it will go nuts for it. And the people who don't care won't care. It's not that it's overhyped. It's that it attracts certain people. And people who... that are attracted by it absolutely love it. So yeah, they're gonna be loud about it, you know. But it doesn't do anything for you in terms of utility. It just is cool. It's a cool material. It looks cool to people who like it. Hope this helps just a tiny bit. It does. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm on the edge. Thank you. What time is it? God, there's so many of you in here. You guys are amazing. It's only 48 minutes. There's more of you in here now than when I do this on Fridays. Jason, what knife would you tell people to buy for the ultimate EDC in a post-apocalyptic world without a way to sharpen knives? Well, it'd be a fixed blade. But if you're talking a pocket knife, like in a totally unrealistic scenario, something from Cold Steel or Demco, you know, like if they can't sharpen, what you want in a post-apocalyptic world, or you're talking a folding knife, you want something that's easy to sharpen, that you can sharpen on a brick, or like that you can, you know, like you're talking like vehicles on the side of the road that are busted, then you use the ceramic edge of the windows that are rolled down to sharpen it. The Cold Steel SRK 1, or what is the Cold Steel Light What is that stupidly overbuilt folder by Cold Steel that you can get for like $40 on Amazon? Something like that. Cold steel knives, basically. The cheaper cold steel knives that aren't anything special. You can sharpen them on a brick or something simple like that. New B4. Guys, I have to go to the bathroom. I appreciate all the super chats. Don't send any super chats on con because I won't be able to read them. And I don't want you guys to waste your money. Hold on. We'll be right back. All right. Anyways. All right. Yeah. You scored me correctly. Man, you guys must be bored on Sunday evenings, huh? The kids are all sleeping out in the downstairs living room, and that's on the other side of the wall for me, and they're like, we can't sleep, you're too loud. What exotic blade material would you choose if cost wasn't a factor? Definitely dragon scale Damascus, ball bearing Damascus. If you've ever seen like ball bearing Damascus that's created in a crucible, and it reacts to being like heated. Dragon scale Damascus is some of the coolest stuff. I don't think it's necessarily like an incredibly well performing material. It's just a really beautiful looking material. Super gas station. To put an image in your head if you don't want to Google it. You plan on going to Blade Show Atlanta this year? It's going to be tricky. It's always tricky to go to Blade Show. I mean, I have 3 kids, and everybody's in sports and doing events and stuff, so it's always tricky. At some point, I'd love to go, but it needs to be a perfect scenario for me to go. And we have a new baby. James Mazone. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name. Thanks for your donation. Richard Schwartz. Sorry about that. Thanks for your donation. Do you think the new full dress CJRV Locust is truly worth $1,000? $1,000? Is that really what they're asking? I didn't think it was that much. I thought it was like $600, $700, or maybe $750. Do they really want $1,000 for it? I'd say no. I would say no. That's a little ridiculous. You know, it's expensive, sure. I mean, but like $1,000, no. If you have $1,000 to blow on a knife, you better be looking around. You gotta really want specifically that for $1,000. You say, LOL, 9:55 on a Sunday night is 1,000 lonely people. Well, but we're not lonely. We're all here together, right? Lucifer, thanks for your donation. Please answer the spammer Keith before he loses it. Oh my God, Keith, what do you want? What is he spamming? I haven't seen it. I know you guys want free wives, free knives, free wives, free knives. Oh God. I know you guys want free knives, but you know the drill. You gotta wait. Listen, in the future, I'm gonna implement a new system where people can randomly win knives throughout the live stream, just from the live chat alone. That way, there's a reason to actually sit here. I'm not just holding you captive, right? I'm gonna implement that system soon. But for now, you have to sit there and wait. Oh yeah, I got a wheel that we spin, and it's a big deal. And if you win, you got a chance to win something, and then you can put. And I'll never paywall it. It'll all be free. It's just for fun. But I want you guys to have something else to do besides sit here and listen to me talk and bring up random topics. I think it'd be more fun if I had a way of randomly selecting people from the chat to potentially win something. I like the idea of you guys having to spin a wheel to see if you're selected, to see if you won, right? And the prizes could be anywhere from budget knives to really expensive knives. I think that'd be really fun. You know? I need a smaller wheel, though. That's the problem. The one that I have that was made for me is huge. I need one that's like this big. What do I think of Kershaw's Alabama Damascus? I didn't even know they did that. I don't know. I depend on you guys. You guys, you think that you come here for information? You guys have to tell me about stuff. My reach, goes as far as my audience. Where did Keith go? I didn't block him. What was he spamming? Can somebody tell me what he was asking? I'll just answer anybody. What was his question? What were the desires of Keith? Yeah, I'm busy. I am busy. The YouTube channel is a thing that I do, and it's my job, but outside of it, I am ridiculously busy. He wanted to know the blue-black upper left. Blue and black from the upper left. Literally nothing from this side over is blue and black. The upper right is the DLC Mirror Sakosha. I mean, that's the only blue and black knife out here. That has to be what he wanted. Stupidly overpriced. One of my favorite purchases of 2024. Unbelievably cool. Can the wheel have a knife pointer? So, it's funny you bring that up. Thanks for the donation. I actually considered creating a device where the thing, it has like some sort of like vise, and it holds whatever we decide to put in it. So they could actually select the knife on the table, and then I spin that knife. The problem is that involves me making sure that it's secured properly, and I don't spin it and it throws it into another knife, or worse, me. So it's a cool idea, but it's probably stupid and unsafe. I know you guys would think that was hilarious, but I would prefer that didn't happen and wasn't permanently on the internet. You show the breaker. Yeah, oh my gosh, I love the breaker. I love this. I love this knife. It's so cool. Such a simple profile, right? So cool. What a good looking knife. And this mirrored version of it. Man, I just love this. Jeff Blavelt is also a really cool dude. I got to talk with him and interact with him. Just a nice guy. Been making knives forever. Received my Excalibur. Started carrying today. Awesome. I hope you like it, Jason. You tried the Launch Iridium? I do. I have it. It's pretty good. Do you like the 11? I can't remember which one the 11 is, but the Launch Iridium is a good knife. And it's made in the USA. So if you've ever looked at the Iridium and you're like, cool, but I don't buy Chinese knives, which is fine. I'm not judging you. The Launch Iridium is USA. In fact, it's right here. Yeah, here it is. Hold on. I'll get it out. We can look at it together. We can all hold hands. Figuratively, obviously. Yeah, smash that like button. There's 1,500 of you in here. Here it is right here. USA Launch Iridium. Magna Cut. Pretty cool, honestly. Enough power. Not nearly the most powerful auto I've ever felt, but enough for sure. It's a great, I mean, honestly, great knife. You look at Protex and you're like, I can't afford those. Buy this. You'll love it. It's really cool. Use my links, of course, obviously. I mean, you know, I said it, so I would love to get a little commission. You know, a little bit there. My links are in the description, conveniently. Or don't, whatever. If you like it, buy it. You don't have to use my links. Do whatever you want. You like the mirror ones? People are always worried about scratching them up. Man, if you want to use a mirror knife, I have a supremely scratched up and broken, like at the tip. The tip is broken on my Rockstead. The scratches on the mirror polish don't bother me at all. They don't bother me at all. It looks so good. I barely notice the scratches because the polish is so overwhelming. If you want to buy a polish knife, but you're worried that you're going to mark it up, you're your own person. You'll make your own choices. But from my perspective, as somebody who has broken the tip off of a Rockstead and still uses it, and it's marked up, I don't care. That knife is so beautiful. It is permanently, perpetually beautiful. Do not fear the mirror polish. It also heavily reduces drag and increases corrosion resistance. If you didn't know, the mirror polish is not just for looks. It actually does aid your blade. Turning into the Dr. Seuss of knives over here. What time does the giveaway start? Soon-ish. Scratches are worthy battle marks. If you use a knife, if you get past that threshold, that's the end of it. You get there and you're like, okay, it's got a scratch. I accept it. I scratched my F111. Pretty good mark on there. Fine, whatever, right? Now, some knives would kill me to scratch. But once it happens, it happens. So, okay. The giveaway did not end. The giveaway has yet to go. I've got 10 knives over here. They're awesome. I've got crazy stuff. If you win tonight, you're going to be super happy. I packed it full of super fun stuff, like I usually do. I think there's probably close to $1,000 worth of stuff over here. It's all right though. Like people like don't get mad at people asking. It's Sunday. Like I don't usually do this on Sundays, so that we're gonna have confused people. It's all right. The Rockstead, it's up in my bedside thing because I use it around the house, so it's not down here with me. Is it an old school stiletto comb? No, it's a gigantic, massively overbuilt swing guard from Burn. Stupidly powerful. Most powerful side opener I've ever had. Ouch. Oh, I coughed and burped at the same time. That was an odd sensation. Almost almost had an aneurysm there. LNA Trimble, thanks for your donation. I have a mirror finished chef knife. It's amazing. I bet you love that. I bet it's awesome chopping up potatoes with that thing. This is random. I watched the first 2 Rush Hour movies with my wife, and I laughed harder than I have in a long time. When's the last time you guys watched Rush Hour? If after this live stream you're going to go crawl into bed by yourself or with your significant other and you're going to put a movie on, let me make a suggestion. Watch Rush Hour. It's really good. Put a huge smile. God, it's so... I mean, they're horrifically outdated movies, but they're good. So funny. A lot of less than tasteful dialogue, but you can get around it given the time period that they were made and just laugh at it. But it's just good movies in general. How about the Mini Incursion? I can't remember which knife that is. Jared Matthews, welcome to Knights of the Round. Knights Raise Your Swords. Chris Tucker is underrated. It's it's sad that he, I don't know how the heck he spent all that money, you know, but Chris Tucker had a very different aftermath than Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, that guy's, his kids, his grandkids, his great-grandkids, they're all set. Chris Tucker, not so much. Okay, let's talk about this. The crescent edges, and I'm going to look away from chat here for a bit. So if you're considering sending a super chat and wanting me to read it, hold off. Okay, I'll read this last one here. Jet Ezel, thanks for your donation. Would love to see you check out more Heretic Knives releases. I agree with you. I should check out more Heretic stuff. Their releases seem to fly under the radar with a few in-depth reviews. I agree with you. I'll try to do that. He's asking if these are worth the money. So these are Riot built. And what you have to understand is there is a lot of design effort that went into these, and they are super unique. The spade, and then I also have, and they're all mine now. These all belong to me now. But these are so unbelievably different from what we typically see. And somebody who is horrifically bored with the knife world like I am most of the time. These are so different. They're so fun. They're so cool. There's so much passion in these designs. And like talking to the dude, this was literally a situation where he was having a rough go of it, and he decided he was gonna go all in. And he was gonna pour his passion into designing things that the production knife world had never seen. And it was a risky move, but in my opinion, it's gonna pay off. These are amazing. I've never seen anything like these. So the quality is there. The attention to detail is unmatched. The unique level, especially with the spade, is unmatched. But don't buy these thinking that they're going to benefit you in terms of utility. What you're buying is it's function, but it's heavy form over function. You're buying a designer object that will work as a tool if you force it to. It's not brittle or delicate. It's just extremely cool and unique. But it's Riot built, right? So yeah, if that's your thing, then yes, absolutely. But if you're looking for something that's designed to benefit you in the maximum possible capacity day to day as an EDC object, well then no, good sir, no, absolutely not. Look at this blade. Come on. But it is cool. It's ridiculously cool. He did accomplish that. I mean, that was a bold move, man. Like, both of these are crazy. And I immediately bought this. The Paladin version of the Eternal. This is such a me knife. Look at this. You think that I could resist this? No. The moment I flipped this out, I was like, I have to buy this. This is wild, man. I had to put this in my collection. It's super cool. The nostalgia with this song right now. What kind of watch am I wearing? It's the Night Vision Sumo. Night Vision Seiko Sumo. Really cool. Okay, what time is it? God dang, there's a ton of you in here. It's probably time to get the prizes out, don't you think? Coughing and burp are better than sharding. I'll tell you what. At least this is what's really funny to me. In the history of human existence, it's not only likely. I think it's statistically impossible. Hold on. Can you just give it to me? It's been entering for the last 5 minutes. Not one of it. People were commenting with me the other day. I would love to just give it to you, but I mean, like technically, the odds are just not in your favor. You know, like the odds are decent as far as like giveaways go, but there's just a lot of people. There's a lot of people in your position, man. I feel for you, but I can only give it to one person. I got to be fair about it. But anyways, it's statistically impossible to look at the entirety of human existence and say that not once has a human being died from coughing, burping, and sharding at the same time. At least one person in human history, it was a rare alignment of planets and stars. You know, he was sitting there, you know, he was just looking up. He's looking over the mail, or maybe it missed a different time period, and all at once, he felt the urge to cough. But also, he had some air trapped in his both in his northern and southern regions, and perhaps he had consumed an excess of chili, or whatever the time period's version of chili would have been. You're talking about a real cauldron of disaster fuel. Somebody coughed, burped, sharted, and died. It was that bad. Somebody, at least once, and this is factually true. I am trying to be funny, but it's true. Someone in all of history, that happened. Perhaps just out of shock. It's just, that's too much pressure, like being purged from, different parts of the body that are designed to regulate and deal with that. It's too much pressure all at once. That poor guy died. Hopefully instantly. Oh my gosh. The friend comes in, they hear some awful noise. They're like, Howard! No! No, what's wrong? What happened? He's just passed away. Okay. The sound. I can't get over the sound and the shock, right? But like it might, in exactly the right situation, it might kill you. And it has definitely killed at least one person. Okay, it's time. It's getting ridiculous. It's clearly time to get the giveaway stuff out. So let's do this. Sorry, just got to be careful. Some of these are custom, so I'm trying to find space for everything. I need a bigger desk. I've contemplated overhauling this room and giving myself more space and a bigger desk, but the chaos. I kind of just like it. I got a cheap desk. It's familiar. Just kind of want to just keep it this way. Okay. It's Sunday, so I know a ton of you are new. If all of these knives around the edges, they're not part of the giveaway. I just lay them out for conversation. This is what you need to focus on. This is critical, okay? There's a link in the description. So if you've been typing in chat this whole time, assuming that you were entered, I appreciate the engagement, but you're not entered yet. Not until you do this. There's a link in the description. Don't worry, I'm not going to sell you anything. You don't have to join Patreon or whatever. Oh, I forgot to plug Patreon. I also forgot to even put it in my... Hold on a sec. You need to do that, is what I'm saying. There's a link in the description, okay? Now, while everybody's doing that, to make sure everybody's entered, this giveaway is free. Tonight's giveaway and all live stream giveaways are free. Always have been. But I do extra stuff on Patreon, okay? Well, I do a lot of spicy stuff on Patreon. So I'm going to link my Patreon at the top of chat right now. If for $1 a month, it's tempting to you to gain access to private, once a month, very special giveaways with very special prizes, like full-time Ascus knives with S90V blades, which I just did recently. And also private, once-a-week exclusive content, private Discord access, private Patreon buy-sell trade, private knife sales where I discount everything by 40 to 50%. Yeah, you can join my Patreon for $1 a month and gain access to literally all tiers, like everything that I've ever done. You can pay me more than that if you want, but all of my tiers are exactly the same. If that's tempting to you, click on the link right at the top of chat that I've pinned up there and check it out. But tonight's live stream, like all of my live streams, the giveaway is free, so you don't have to do that. But it does support my channel, and it would be appreciated. Sever7, thanks for your donation. Congrats to Stacy Bolstered Blades for 58 months. Yeah, that is awesome. 58 months. She's been here for a long time. Oh, Stacy, also, I'm making use of your newest, your gift. The plate that you sent for my email, which is perfect, by the way. Thank you so much. I'm going to use that from now on. No more cards. Excellent. Excellent. What's my idea of free? My idea of free is you come here and you win and I give you stuff and you don't have to do anything. I mean, I guess it's not technically free. I took your time, right? If you want to get philosophical about it, I guess, you know, fine. But yeah, it's just me like giving you something that I own and then not expecting you to do anything. Like, I could give you this stuff and then you could just completely ignore my existence and never watch another video. That you could do that. That's free to me. Is you just go and be whatever you want, a potato farmer. It doesn't matter, right? But me giving you the stuff and then you doing whatever you want with it. It's free. Okay. Let's take a look at all the prizes. What time is it? You've had enough time to enter, right? If you didn't do this, like, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to start off with the inexpensive stuff. There are 2 premium knives in here. We're going to get out some inexpensive stuff. So the first one is a simple bag slip joint, but I know I try to make these prize packs very diverse, right? Very simple black and orange slip joint. I think they have these on Blade HQ. Really like a good half stop or mid stop. Nice snap into the closed position. A little recurve blade. Just simple. Something you keep in the junk drawer or your vehicle, right? I think these are all VG10. Little recurve. Nice orange G10 with a nice shield there. Really, really good fit and finish. These are really nice, and I think they're heavily overlooked. If you like slip joints, I really like these from Bag Knives. They sent me a ton, and it has taken me a long time to give them all away. Very generous, but very, very worth checking out. So we'll have that. Next up, we have a lot more. There's 10 knives tonight. This is a newer Civivi, and if I remember correctly, it's called the Merit. This is a $50 14C28N, essentially an ideal starter EDC. Flat ground blade, flipper, thumb studs, good size, good weight, good balance. $50, 14C28N. Not anything spectacular, not anything new, but a good value. Next up, we have the CJRB. Oh, I forgot about this. This is one of the premium knives. This is the Artisan Cutlery. And what is this one? S90V in titanium. I forget the name of this one, but this is actually one of the premium knives tonight. I picked that up by mistake, but okay, you guys know now. So front flipper or top flipper, whatever you want to call it. S90V in titanium. I think these are about $200. So you'll have that one. Let's see here. What is this? I actually picked this box up and I have no idea what's in it. So it's a CJRB and it's, I guess, it's kind of heavy. What do we got here? Oh, we have the ARSF2 version of the large pyrite alt. So if you're curious about CJRB's new proprietary steel, which is supposed to perform like 154 cm, you'll have an opportunity now with this guy. So there you go. Right here. We have a fixed blade from Kaiser. It is the Cabox D2 and green G10. This will probably be shipped with like just the knife and the sheath because the box makes it impossible to fit it into any type of reasonable USPS, right? But straightforward, honestly, like pretty good. It's got the little ring there, but a good size, plenty of room. Very, very straightforward. Simple coating. Definitely a beater fixed blade. So you'll have that. And that's not actually the only fixed blade tonight. I have a lot of fixed blades that I've forgotten to give away. We also have, and this will also ship with just the knife and probably not the box because it doesn't fit. Hold on. Get all the confetti off of it. God dang it, Kaiser. We have a fixed Milita in black G10 and brown micarta. This guy in Nitro V, but also, yes, a fixed Milita. So you'll actually be receiving 2 fixed blades. What else do we have here? Oh, yeah. It's a fun one. I forgot this holiday-themed knife that that got buried. Where did it? There we go. This is the, am I mistaken? I want to look at the box first. It's Vosteed. Here we go. This is the raccoon cub, but it's because it's fun. This is a holiday-themed raccoon cub. I'll send all this stuff because these are limited production. It's a raccoon cub with gingerbread men all over it. I forgot I had this 14C28N. Yeah, but they didn't make too many of these, so I'll send this one. I thought that would be fun, right? Just kind of put that one out here. And then let's see. Oh, here's a special one. I mean, not I guess I think you guys will just be more excited about it. A Riot PLXF. This is the box is very high quality, but it's very much stuck in there. The PLXF flipper version with the the lock is operated via the pivot, but we have the natural jade scales and the black blade. Nitro V PLXF, one of their newer, less expensive models. That'll come with extra hardware and all that stuff too. So you'll have that. Sorry about my dog still barking. Then we have a big one here. also a knife that I forgot about. Why are there two? I'm keeping one of these. You don't need two. The Maxace Vortex S with the updated cutouts. They sent me a bunch, 3 of these after I broke that one. But this is a big, huge, ultra thick. I think it's, I can't remember if it's steel. I think it's a steel lock, but they changed the relief cut so that it wouldn't snap after I broke that one. This is actually a Sanmai SLD Magic and very, very thick. This is a huge knife. Very, very large, very thick, folding kukri thing. So that will also be yours. Put that there. And then what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The final knife, and you guys have to help me out because I can never remember the name of this one. This is the Sheath Construction knife from Remet. And it comes apart. It looks like it's an integral. Yeah, there's a switch back here, and you push this, and it unsheathes. I think we can probably demonstrate. I just want to be... There we go. Ah, yes. How cool. And then you gain access to the parts that you would, use your Torx bits on. But very cool, very wild, right? Very Reich. It all comes back together and is incredibly solid. Very, very premium knife. I can't remember this one exactly what it is, but it's very cool. And it's just a really, really nice knife. Definitely over that $200 price point. But a fun knife and definitely like something that'll appease the collector, right? So I'm going to give you guys a sec to enter one last time. The link is in the description. I'll be right back. Then we'll draw. Okay. You guys ready? Good haul? I feel like it's a pretty good haul. Alrighty, let's get the iPad out. If you've never been here for one of these, we do use an iPad. It's very manual. We use the Comment Picker website, third-party website that tracks the comments under the unlisted video that I had you guys enter on. Just a way for me to keep all of the comments in one place and hopefully keep the majority of bots out. Give me a sec here and I'll get that link, and then we'll do it all on camera live so you guys can watch it happen. feel like most of you have probably been here for a live stream before, right? But if you haven't, this is how we do it. So here we are on commentpicker.com. I do pay a fee to, use their services, right? But anyways, we're going to reload the page so you guys know it's a fresh page. Come down here and we're going to paste the link to that entry video, and I'll let you guys look at that right there. That's the exact video you've entered under. We are filtering duplicate users, so if you left like a bajillion comments, it doesn't matter. It's going to filter you if you've left. I mean, it'll only count you as one vote, right? So you're still entered, but it's not going to give you all of those entries. We're going to retrieve the total number of comments here real quick. It's going to be kind of hard to see. I'll put that right there. Well, there's 1,800 of you in here right now. Oh my gosh, you guys. Probably 1,900 to 2,000 comments. That'd be my guess. Much higher than we normally see for a live stream. Guys, but 1,800 of you, there's 820 likes. Come on. We can get that up over 1,000 at least. 1,922 comments. The winner, they have to be here. The winner of tonight's live stream, of tonight's collection, is Green J0382. Thanks, MC. Good luck to everyone. Let's see if we can find him. It's like a forest green G. Everybody in chat, I know you guys are tempted to yell and scream and, throw spaghetti all over the place. Just calm down for a second. Let's find this guy. Seriously, slow down so I can read the comments. I want Green J to make himself known. Here he is. He's right there. I got him. Wait, is that actually him? Hold on. Yeah, that's him right there. We got it. Got his entry comment too. That's the actual guy. All right. Look at this shiny new thing that you guys get to look at. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com. Excuse me. With your full name and your full shipping details. And I will ship all of this stuff out to you no later than Friday of next week. If I don't respond to you right away, don't worry. I probably won't respond to you all the way up until Friday before I do the shipping. So yeah, just give me those details and you're good to go. This is much easier to look at than that little this is what I was using for years. This stupid thing. Thank you, Stacy. This is perfect. I appreciate that. Congratulations to Green J. Wonderful. Do I have free memberships to give away? Let's look. Come on, YouTube. No, they won't give any. Okay. I'll give 10. I'll pay for them. Oh, did we killed the end of the playlist too. The silence is deafening. There's 10 additional memberships from me. I'm gonna have to go out there in the garage and quiet them down. I think when they're not together, like physically together, they get irritated with each other. And one of my dog's name is Goose, and I can tell his bark. That's him. He's mad at the other one, who's Lily, and he's probably upset with her because she's not reacting to his barks. So I need to go out there, and they're in the garage because it's cold, and they both have heat lamps, and they both have their own space, and they're very warm. But he's irritated that he is physically separated from her, and she's not responding to his barks. That's what he's upset about. So, can you hear him? He's so mad. Minty, thanks for the memberships there. Hey, this was fun. I can't promise I'll be doing my live. I will say this right now. There is a part of me that is seriously considering permanently moving live streams to Saturday and not doing them on Friday unless it's a rare thing. We used to only do them on Saturdays, and then I switched to Fridays. I'm considering moving back primarily to Saturdays, and then I'm occasionally doing them on Friday or Sunday, just because of how the schedule looks for the rest of the year, like with the kids and stuff. So, but thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm sorry, for those of you who stayed up, or if you're in another country and you went way out of your way to join me at 4 a.m. your time, you're amazing. Thank you. I'm sorry that I threw your schedule off. But yeah, thanks to everybody who joined tonight, and thanks to everybody who is supporting my channel in any way, shape, or form, even if it's just with your presence. I very much appreciate that. And congrats to the winner, Green Jay. You got some awesome stuff. You can do whatever you want with it. If you hate it all and you want to sell it, go ahead, man. You want to keep some of it, give it away to your family members or your friends, that's also fine. It's yours. You own it. You can do whatever you want. I won't be offended by your choices. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thanks so much. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Sunday evening and an excellent rest of your, well, let's say an excellent rest of your week. Bye.